Good morning, grade six. Welcome to a new cycle with new skills to be learned. It is amazing to have you here. I hope you're all awake. It's 8 a.m. now, and I would like to tell you what we're going to do today. Okay, so let's just start by reading the assignment that is on Google Classroom. Our goal today is how to apply our problem solving techniques and the skills of solving and graphing inequalities to solve real life situations. So your class is divided into four easy steps, okay? Step number one, you're gonna watch this video until the end. Until the end. During this video, I'll give you some examples on how to solve word problems involving inequalities. And then after that, you will perform the Google Doc that is underneath the assignment called Inequalities Word Problems. You will open this Google Doc and you will perform the pages number 1, page 2, page 3, and page 4 today. Oh, mister, how do I do? I don't have a printer. That's okay. You have two options. Option number one, you can either complete it on the document if you know how to write inequalities and graph inequalities on Google Doc, okay? Or if you have a device that allows you to draw over a Google Doc, that is also okay. If not, I highly recommend you to use the second way of solving it, which is writing your answers on a sheet of paper, numbering correctly the questions, and then afterwards you're going to upload this photo as your work on the right side menu of your assignment. And after that, you're going to submit these photos. These photos, or the completion of these word problems on the Google Doc, is your attendance task. So if you don't do it, you have an absence. I would like to pay attention that some people, even though they're doing the classes, they are doing Excels, some people are not doing the attendance task sometimes. So pay attention to that, guys, okay? And again, if you have any questions after you watch this video and you don't know how to solve, or you try, you don't get it right, you're not okay, I will be online during this class time, which is from, if I'm not mistaken, it's 1:45 to 3:15, right? Let me just check here. Grade 6B will be watching this on a Friday, so yeah, the last two blocks. And grade 6A will be doing this on Tuesday, the 31st of March for one block, and then on Wednesday a little bit. Okay, so let's start. Here's your Google Doc. So first we're gonna see how we represent some inequalities. Okay, how we convert words into numerical representations. Okay, so let's see. Okay, X is at most 45. At most means the maximum it can reach is including 45. So the inequality that it would represent is this. If X is at most 45, all the numbers that could represent X have to be less or equal to 45. Because X is at most, the maximum it can reach is 45. Okay? Number two, the sum of 4x and x is at least 12. So at least 12 means 12 can be an answer. Yes, 12 can be an answer. 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, at least 12. So if I write the sum of 4x and x, I will write as 4x plus x. This has to be at least 12, which means this is to be greater or equal to 12. Question number three. Question number three. Let me put a red one. The product, well, the product is the answer of a multiplication of x and y, is greater than or equal to 5. That's kind of easy, right? So the product is x times y. I don't need to write this dot here. I can write just xy. Is greater than or equal to, so greater than and equal to is this sign. That's how we represent mathematically greater than or equal to 5. 5 less than a number is r is under 20. Okay, so 5 less than a number we discussed in class. I hope you remember that every time we have less than is a switch word. So 5 less than a number r is actually r minus 5. And all of this has to be under 20, which means it can't be 20. It has to be under 20. So 20 is not part of my answer. So all of this has to be less than 20, which means under 20. Okay, so this is the first part. This is how we convert sentences into numerical inequalities. Okay, now how do we solve inequalities in word problems? We have 4 simple and easy to follow steps. Okay, step number 1, read carefully. So they will have not been doing that. And underline the keywords. Number 2, write a let statement, which you're gonna understand. You're gonna let me know what your variable means in the situation. Then 3, determine whether you're gonna use less than or equal to, greater than, or greater than and equal to. Then after that, you're gonna write, solve, and graph. So 3 actions. So let's see number 5. We're going to do number 5 together and the number 6. Then from after that, it's you and you, okay? So if 5 times a number is increased by 4, so I have 5 times a number. Well, 5 times a number. Well, first, let x be a number. So let x be a number. I'm naming my variable. 5 times a number would be 5x. Do you agree? Yes? Then increased by 4. This is increased by 4, which means plus 4. The result is at least 19. So at least 19, which means the minimum it can reach is 19. But then the question is, when I say at least 19, is 19 part of my answer or 19 is not part of my answer? Yes, 19 is part of my answer. So at least 19 means everything else has to be greater or equal to 19. So now I can write my inequality. My inequality would be 5x plus 4 greater or equal to 19. And then I solve it. So I wrote, now I solve, and then I graph. So now I'm going to solve. I start by subtracting 4, and this will be 5x greater or equal to 15. Then I divide by 5, and this will be x greater or equal than 3. I wrote, I solved, now I'm going to answer. So I'm going to graph this. So if this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Because my answer is x greater or equal than 3, this greater or equal represents a closed dot, right, on 3. And I want all the numbers that are greater than. So I'm going to paint all the numbers that are greater than 3 to the infinite and beyond. Then the question is, find the least possible number that satisfies the condition. The least possible. Oh, my handwriting is not that good. Sorry, guys. That's because of the the writing tools here from my laptop. The least possible number is 3. That's my sentence. Okay, keeping up for the next one. I'm gonna skip number 6. I'm gonna go over a real life one here. The cost of a gallon of orange juice is $3.50. What is the maximum number of containers you can buy for $15? Well, first I am assuming that a container has 1 gallon. So if a container has 1 gallon, let X be the number of gallons. So then I can write my inequality as 3.50 times the number of gallons, because 3.50 is the cost for each gallon, times the number of gallons. The maximum number of gallons you can buy with for 15. So this has to be less or equal to 15, because I can't spend more than $15. So all of what I spend here has to be less than the $15 I have, because this is the maximum I can buy. So this is quite easy. I just have to divide by 3.50. And then, of course, I can go to my calculator. Okay. So if you don't have a calculator, you can use the one on your computer. Calculator. So 15 divided by 3.5. Let's see. My calculator is taking forever. 15 divided by 3.50. This gives me a really odd answer. 4.285. I'm gonna put 4.3 rounding, okay? So X is less or equal than 4.3. Well, then we have a question. My question is, what is the maximum number of containers I can buy? So my question is, if X, so the number of gallons or containers, has to be less or equal than 4.3, what is the maximum number of containers I can buy? Can I buy 5? No, I can't buy 5, because 5 would be greater than 4.3. Okay. Can I buy 4? Yes, I can. I can buy 4 because buying 4 is less than 4.3, and it's the maximum number of whole containers, because, well, guys, we can't buy 0.3 containers, right? So I can buy 4 containers. Okay, so the idea here is, again, writing the correct inequalities, okay, for these situations, solving until page number 4. So until here, okay, until page 4 finishes. Okay, don't go further, please. Okay, we have 4 blocks to finish everything in this paper. So just until page 4. Okay, so I'm going to just check here if everything is okay on your Google Doc, and I will click on submit for you to start doing at 8 a.m. Okay, just for you to know, you have to redo the first ones, because of course I did with a different numbers. Number 5, you can just copy what I did, and number 7 as well, you can just copy. I'm going to change these containers for gallons, so it makes more sense. Okay, then if you have any other problems during the activity while you were doing it, please reach me out on our Google Hangouts meet. See you later, alligators.